Hi, I'm Tobin Porterfield. Welcome to OPM615, Innovation and Project Management. This course is taught in an 8-week short cycle, so this introduction is designed to allow you to hit the ground running. With an 8-week course and deliverables due each week, there's no time for stumbling, so I hope to explain in this video how I organize the course and how I'll administer the course for this session. We've got it basically set up like this. We're going to start with an introduction to innovation, get our heads around what innovation is not, and how firms expect to benefit from being innovative. We'll have a second module then on actually applying innovation. I call it the culture of innovation. What makes those companies that are truly innovative different from the others, and what are those characteristics? Then we'll switch gears. We'll keep in mind this innovation side of our lives, but in the reality, the innovation is put into place using project management. So in the third week, we'll turn our focus towards project management and the context of it. So we'll start again with the firm level. What is project management? Why do firms want to pursue it? What do they expect to get out of it? We'll look at how they organize themselves and then move into the actual mechanics of project management, developing the scope statement, the statement of charter, the Gantt charts, the network diagrams, all those tools that if you've done any project management you've run into. And we'll look at how those mechanics. So we'll cover both the strategic side of project management as well as the tactical side of actually operating in a project management environment. And we'll finish that up with, rather than a final exam, we'll have a final case that will allow you to apply the concepts that we've learned in the innovation side as well as the project management side. Throughout the course, we'll have some materials that will help guide us along. We'll certainly have the textbook. That won't kick in until the third module, so if you haven't gotten the textbook yet, don't worry. Take a look at the syllabus to see what the current editions are that we'll be using, and find a used copy of that textbook, and we'll start using that in the third week. For the first 2 weeks, innovation is such a cutting-edge topic that I really couldn't find a textbook that satisfied me in what I wanted to accomplish with this course. So I've selected some articles, and those articles will be available online as part of the course materials, so you won't have to purchase additional articles. We'll also use some videos that I put together to give you my perspective on each week, but also we'll use some external videos to find out what other people have to say about project management topics and innovation. The deliverables that you're going to be providing each week, some weeks we'll do discussion forums where we'll collectively and virtually kick around an idea. I'll put the information out in the module to explain what we'll be discussing and what the time parameters are on that. But you can expect, if it's a required discussion forum, that you would be expected to weigh in early in the week with answers to some specific issues that we're dealing with that week, and then to return to that forum later on in the week to reflect and respond to other people's postings. There'll also be individual questions out there that you'll write up your answers to in Microsoft Word or using a PDF document, and you'll post those into the online learning network so I can review your answers. Those will be typical of homeworks, but also some of our homeworks will involve actual problem sets where we'll need to set up network diagrams and solve critical paths and those type of things. So there's just a taste of some of the assignments that you'll complete throughout the semester. And then finally, once we move into the project management section of the course, there'll be a set of cases that are provided. They're in the book for the most part. If not, I will include them in the module that week. And there'll be a portfolio of cases to choose from, and I'll ask you to select a subset of those, a certain number. So there may be 6 cases provided, and you need to choose 3 or 4 of those to complete. But they'll need to be completed in the week that those topics are covered in the course. So we need to plan ahead, and I'll get that list of cases listed out there for you. So here's how it's going to work. One of the main documents to guide you through this course, again, I use a module system, so it's an 8-week semester. There are 8 learning modules, and each module has its own online materials guide. That is a text document that's available through our learning management system, and it will spell out for you what we're covering that week, which chapters, and what your deliverables are, what our learning objectives are, and then you see the course material, read chapter 2, here are some key topics from chapter 2, and then in this example, there's a question that you need to respond to, and then you see at the bottom, theater project, that's a specific activity that you'll partake in. So that online materials guide will provide all the information about the material we'll be covering in that module and also what deliverables are due as part of that module. Critical document, and you'll find one inside of each of the 8 modules for the course. Secondly, there's an online calendar, and that's again specified for each module. So here's an example of one. Online Module 1, it shows the dates of when we're going to be working in that module. I put together a little flow chart to give you an idea of the type of work that we're going to be doing that week. And you see in that first line, read the syllabus, watch the online intro video, which is this, so you're already making progress. And then based on that information, there's 2 things that you need to do. You need to go into the Course Cafe discussion forum and introduce yourself. Use it as one, and actually as needed. The Course Cafe is always out there. I'll talk about that in just a moment. And once you've seen the video and reviewed the syllabus, take the online quiz 1. It's available in Sakai, and it's going to ask you some questions about this, about how the course is set up. You see a second line, the articles and the Module 1 video. They'll be available in the module materials, and then there'll be a set of questions for you to answer. And then finally, as I mentioned a moment ago, do go into the Course Cafe and introduce yourself to the rest of the class. I also include a traditional week-long calendar at the bottom, and it shows when each of those deliverables is due. You see on Friday the 27th, the online quiz must be completed. It will shut down at midnight on Friday, so you need to get in there before Friday night at midnight and get that taken care of. Your answers to the questions that will be posted and also your introduction to the cafe won't be due until Sunday the 29th. And so each module is set up with that calendar and due dates. So you can't just let it all ride till module 8 and then expect that you're going to submit all the materials. There's due dates throughout the course. Next, the instructor module videos, as apart from this course introduction, there'll be a 1 or more video component each week that I'll put together just to give you a brief highlight of what we're covering that week, some things to watch out for, some things to be careful of, problems I've seen other students have in the materials. So a brief, helpful hint is usually a 3 to 5 minute video clip. If it's longer than that, or if there's specialized materials on how to solve a specific problem, then that'll be in a separate video. Articles, external videos, and textbook. The textbook's on you to find. The articles, the external videos will all be linked within each learning module, so you shouldn't have to go out and search for any materials. They should be right there available to you for downloading. Discussion forums. There's 2 general types. One is the Course Cafe. It's already open and out there, and that's going to stay open for the entire semester. And it's just a place for us to virtually hang out. It's a place for us to vent, complain, put out general questions, like, has anybody seen the professor? He seems to have dropped off the face of the earth. Things like that. So in a very general nature, and that will remain open. We'll use that to do our introductions the first week, but then after that, it'll stay open for any type of general things that need to be floated out there. Separately, there'll be a module level forum. So for each module, there'll be a Module 1 forum, Module 2 forum, Module 3. It's to help keep our comments organized, so that way we know if people have questions about material in Module 1, it'll be in the Module 1 forum, Module 2, Module 3, and so forth. Some cases, those module forums are optional, and you can just drop in notes or questions that you might have. Other times, there's a required discussion, and we'll embed that within that module discussion board. And so I'll be looking for your comments to required discussions right there. Here's my course policies, let you know how I intend to run the course. These are also included in the syllabus, but let me explain a little bit. Do I accept late work? Yes, I do, because I expect that we're all working professionals, and there's going to be times where you have to prioritize and say, geez, do I do that homework that's due tonight, or do I take care of my boss needing me to stay after work? Gee, I better stay after work. Can I turn it in late? Yes, you can. There's a 5% deduction for turning it in late. That's per day. I won't take things after 4 days late, so keep your schedule in mind. But I expect there's times where you'll want to turn something in late strategically because you have other things to deal with in life. Academic integrity, huge item for us. This is an online course, so I don't see you face to face, but the work that you submit to me needs to be your own work. So I want to hear your ideas. I want to hear your insights. I want to get your perspective. I don't want to see someone else's cut and pasted into your document. And at times this has been a problem in this course, and the result is that you'll have to retake the course. So there are academic integrity issues, we'll address them, but you can expect that that will result in failure of the course, and you'll need to retake the course at a later time. My other policy for these online courses is what I call check 3 before me. With 30 students out there, I would prefer that you take some ownership of the learning. I do my best to put the material out there and have all the dates set up. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but most of the times I had it down pretty well. If there's some stumbling block you come across, like, gee, I don't know if I can figure out how to do the ROI on that, don't email me first. Look at the textbook, look at the materials in the module. Number 2, check the course cafe. Maybe someone else has put out a helpful resource that would be a good guide for you to use in the course. And 3rd, check with your other classmates, either through email or the weekly module forum, to get feedback on that. And don't mind you all reaching out to each other to help with the course. I don't consider that academic integrity issues, but I do expect you to do your own work. So check with those 3. Don't just lob an email to me to run around and search out all the pieces together that you probably should be able to find on your own. Grading perspective, I call it the 85% rule. That's basically, as an MBA course, I expect you all come into this. You're working full-time professionals, so you know what you need to do in order to pass this course. So I think an 85 ought to be really easy for everyone. Some people will put in that extra effort and will show true exceptional performance and have brought together additional information and really delivered an exceptional product. That would push you towards the 90 and the 95s. If you just do what's required, you're going to do fine. You're going to get an 85 in the course. If you get busy and blow off a lot of requirements or do the below minimum work, then you're going to drift into the 80s and the 75s. So my grading works out pretty simple. We use plus-minus grading, but I don't expect that everyone gets an A. I expect that everyone is shooting at a 85, and if you underperform because you've got other things you need to be doing, then your grade will reflect it. If you really dig in and knock it out of the park, then you should be getting an A in the course. So keep that in mind. That's my perspective as I dig in on the grading. So let's get started on the course. Module 1 awaits, and most of my other videos I hope won't be this long, but I wanted you to make sure you had all the information. So take a look at the syllabus, get going on quiz 1, and then move into the regular materials of module 1. Have a great semester.